Hey guys, it's time for our math lesson today. We're going to be doing some more and less, but I wanted to show you what you'll need for today. You will need your number cards 0 to 10. You will need your counters and your cups. And I'm going to do our little warm up with the Subitizing cards today, but I'm also going to show you how to draw Lucy the Less and Gus the Greater. I thought those were kind of cute. I'm going to show you how to draw those so you have your own set of those for your house. So I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see my workspace here. So we have, these are our Subitizing cards. So we're going to start with those. So I'm going to go through this little stack and then we'll check them. So you kind of go with us. If you see, you know the numbers, just shout it out when you see it, okay? All right, we're going to go back through those really quickly. This first one was a square, so give yourself a point if you got them right. A square, it has 4 equal sides and 4 corners. It's a 2D shape. This one was a 5, just a whole hand, 5. 3. This one was 6, and you can see the parts are 5 and 1 for this one, 6. 8. 5. 5. This is a triangle. It has 3 sides, 3 vertices or corners. 9. 1. 2. Hexagon, 6 sides, 6 vertices. It's a flat shape, 2D shape. 3, 2, and 1. So I hope you guys had a great turnout with those. I hope you're still working on those. You can use those every day. Honestly, with your Subitizing cards, you can do them every day. You can do the whole stack, half the stack, pick some that you want to do like 5 or 6 a day, that's fine. It's a quick review, and it's just making sure that it's stuck in their brain. They can find the numbers 0 to 10 quickly and without a lot of stopping having to count on their fingers. It's just in their brain and they can know it. And that's one of the biggest things for number sense that you can do for them. Now I'm going to tilt the camera back down, and this time we're going to learn how to draw our Gus the Greater and Lucy the Less symbols. This is the greater than symbol. This is the less than symbol. I always dress them up a little bit so it helps me remember. So when you're making the Gus the greater than symbol, greater than has it looks like a V sitting on its side. The bigger end is going to open up towards the biggest number. So you have the larger end is going to open up towards the larger number because it's greater than. So this number would be greater than this number over here. It's greater than. So Gus the Greater. So when you're drawing Gus, you got Gus. So I'm going to draw his face like that. So, and then I'm going to give him some teeth. You can give yours teeth if you want. It's up to you. And then what I would do is I would put a G just to help me remember, because this is new. So we're just remembering how to do Gus the Greater. If you don't want to draw your little alligator, he would just look like this. This is what it would look like. So if you would rather do it this way, that is fine. I just do it, like I told you, just to kind of jazz it up a little bit. So here's my finished product with Gus the Gator. You can draw it however you want. It does not matter to me, but this is a greater than sign. This number is greater than this number. That means that the big part is open to the biggest number that you see that's over here. So that's Gus the Greater. Now, Lucy the Less is a little bit different, and I'm just using plain index cards to make these. So Lucy the Less, if you're looking at her, she's a little different than Gus the Greater. Gus opens up to the largest number. The largest side still opens up to the largest number, but what it's saying is this number is less. She's kind of turning her back because she doesn't like that. He's less than this number. So she doesn't like to eat things that are less than, so she turns her back. Gus eats the greater number, and Lucy just turns her back on the less number. So this number will be less than this number. So that's how you get the Lucy the Less there. So what I'm doing is I'm drawing. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's up to you. I just think these are cuter and they're more fun to use. Now, like I said, I'm giving her a big red bow because she is a girl. So you can give her whatever color bow you want. Just make sure that you know that it's a girl. So here is a plain with your L. Always mark your L because in the beginning, we are just learning about greater than and less than. We've talked about it a lot, but we are just learning. So this is my final copy of my Lucy the Less that I'm going to be using. But this is a less than sign. It means this number on this side is less than the number on this side. This number here is going to be less than this number here. The larger end always opens up to the biggest number. So it may be a number. This would be a number. This number, whoops, sorry, upside down. This number is greater than this number, which is the big side, again, open to the big side. Or this number is less than this number. The big side still open to the bigger number. So we're going to be using those kind of interchangeably today. We're going to be mixing it up a little bit. So what you need, you do need your counters. You need all 10 of them. You need your cup. And we're going to do some shake and spill. But you're not having to record anything today. We're just going to practice how to do it. So we put all of our counters in our cup. I would shake, 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 spill it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the white on one side and I'm going to put the red on the other side. So here's what I've got. I've got my red and my white. So how many red do I have? 2. So I would find my 2 and put my 2. Let me slide it back so you can see it. 2. So how many whites do I have? How many white counters do I have? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I would come over here and I would find my number 8 and I would put it here. So I've got 2 and I've got 8. So I've got to decide what's going to go in the middle. Well, my red, if red is always first, here's my 2. Is 2 less than 8 or greater than 8? Well, let's look. I have 2. I have 8. Looks like I have more over here with the 8. I can just see that when I'm looking. So I would need to use my Lucy the Less sign because remember she puts her back to the smaller number. Her mouth opens to the bigger number. So 2 is less than 8. If you're using the plain one, 2 is less than 8. 8 is still the largest number, so the bigger mouth is open up to it. 2 is less than 8. So that's how you would write that on your board. 2 is less than 8. Now, how would I have to change it if I wanted to make this say greater than? This is what I would do. Take these 2 away. I would put the 8 in front and the 2 on this side. So this time, 8 is bigger than 2. 8 is greater than 2. 8 is greater than 2. So the big mouth opens to the big number and the point points to the smaller number. So 8 is greater than 2. This is greater than. This means that it opens up to the bigger side. Less than would be what we did to begin with when we had it the other way and we swapped it around because we would have the smaller number first. Less than. Like that. So take your counters. Let's put them back in our cup. We're going to do this again. Okay, so we're going to shake. All right, this time I'm going to put my reds over here. All right, so how many red do I have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need a 6. There's my 6. How many whites do I have? I have 4. Okay, so I know, looking at these numbers together, which one has more? It would be my 6. Because see, look, if I lined them up just on top of each other, this is another way you can do this too. If I lined them up on top of each other, this was my 4, and I got 4, but I had 2 more than 4 on the 6 side. So 6 is more. 6 is more. It's greater than 4. 6 is greater than 4. So I'm going to get out my Gus the Greater. Again, if you're using the simple, just the greater than symbol, you can use it both ways. It's the same thing. All I did was draw a little alligator head on it to kind of help it just make my mind think about it more. Gus always eats the largest number, so he's going to be facing the larger number, so greater than then. So how we would read this is 6 is greater than 4. It's bigger, so it's greater than. Greater than is the same as bigger. Less than is the same as less or fewer. So 6 is greater than 4. 6 is more than 4. All right, so let's do another one. I'm going to do another one. So we're going to put those back in the cup. Pour it out. All right, so I'm going to put my, we have the same one. So let's do it different. Let's put them back in there because I don't want to do the exact same number. And that's okay if you get like too many of the same number. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put my whites all together over here, and I have my reds. So I've got how many reds? 3. And how many whites? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So I have 3 red and 7 white. Now, one of the ways that you can see which number has more is we can actually line them up in a line. So I'm going to take my 7 and make a line. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my reds right next to them just like this. So you can see that I have, I'm trying to straighten it up so you can see it. So I have my 7 white. I have my 3 red. Look right here. All right, so far they're the same. Then I get here. I don't have any more red ones. I'm finished with my red. I only have 3. So let's see how many more white ones did we have than red. 1, 2, 3, 4. So altogether I had 7 white ones, but I had 4 more white ones than I had 3. The 3 red. So that's a way you can see the more than or less than when you're trying to figure out in your head, what is that more than or less than? How does that work? This is a little trick that I do. I line them up to see, okay, which number is more. In this case, the 7 is more than the 3. So what number am I going to use? Well, I'm starting with my red. I always start here. So if red is less than 7, am I going to have the symbol facing it, like open towards the 3 or towards the 7? It would be less. This would be your Lucy the less, because 3 is less than 7. 3 is less than 7. The big number is always the one that the mouth is open up to. So 7 is the biggest number here. So how I would read this is 3 is less than 7. 3 is less than 7. I don't have the same number of counters. I have 3 counters. I have 7 counters. 7 has more. So 3 is less than 7. That's how I would do this one. Let's do one more together, and then I want you to practice doing a couple on your own at your house. So we're going to do one more together. So I'm going to put those in. Shake. Woo, my cup. Shake. ink had spilled. All right, so I have 4 red and 6 white. So we've done this one before, but that's okay. We'll practice it just anyway. 4 and 6. So which one's bigger? I could again line it up just like I did just a minute ago to see how they matched up. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 2 more whites than I had reds. So when I'm making my statement, and I know that the big part has to open up towards the 6 because it's the largest one, but how would I put it here? What number came first? 4. So I have 4 is less than 6. I'm still using Lucy the less. 4 is less than 6 because that small end's pointing to my smallest number and the largest one is pointing to my largest number. So I have the open end, the mouth is opening to the big number. So 4 is less than 6. 4 is less than 6. So tomorrow when we come, we're going to practice it again, and I'm going to show you how to write that out in your notebooks. So you guys have been a wonderful audience today for math. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning for our morning meeting. And I hope you get some good practice in today, getting yourself back ready for back into the swing of school. And I will see you guys later. Have a great day.